Hi everyone, this is Tegan with my week 8 discussion post. So this is about the soybeans ethics thing for Monsanto, or the company that created the Roundup Ready soybean, which basically just means that they genetically modified it to have the gene that can resist the Roundup, which kills weeds. So it just makes farming more efficient. But the company is claiming that Bowman was infringing on their patent and their rights to that gene and everything that comes with it when he bought it, and then wanted to hold on to it for a planting at a later date. They think that he would be replicating it and making it would basically make their patent irrelevant if farmers were able to just buy it and then grow it and replicate it and things like that. So that's their argument, kind of. It's just that they didn't want him to be able to buy it and then grow it outside of like the normal time. And then Bowman is claiming that since he'd already paid for it and that he bought it, they no longer had the rights to the gene, and that since he brought the product, it was his, and that he couldn't be in trouble or get sued for it. In the short term, or the likely effects of, in the short term, the company's policy of farming would make them a lot more money, and it would also just inconvenience farmers because it makes it really difficult for them to get like soybean seeds that aren't under like super strict regulations. And it does make them more money because they have a lot more control over the industry, and therefore a lot of people are going to be buying through them. But then in the long term, it makes it really difficult for farmers to get a hold of it, which might drive down supply of soybeans, which, I mean, they're used in a lot of things in like America and around the world. So driving down the supply just because of like how difficult it is, because a lot of farmers are already not like, a lot of farms are pretty small, and they don't have the resources to kind of like make up for this big of a control over the industry. So long term, their policies would make it harder for farmers to actually continue growing the crop that they are growing. And then for good farming, I would say that the company supports good farming in the sense that they're trying to make it more efficient. These seeds are really efficient in preventing weed growth while still allowing the seeds to grow. So that kind of genetic modification is a practice of good farming. But they kind of go away from that when they try to exercise such big control over farmers who are literally, for the most part, just trying to grow crops and harvest them for production. So they kind of leave good farming when they're putting that much, or wanting to have that much control over the industry, because that's not very good. And then, in my opinion, a just resolution of the case would entail like finding a way to make the seeds more accessible to farmers, even from other companies too, just like making it more available for them, because like Bowman had to drive across state lines to go just get soybeans that he was able to grow, which I think is a little bit ridiculous. So finding a way to recognize and reward because the companies are innovative for creating things like that. So finding a way to make sure that they're getting compensated for what they're creating while still making it like accessible to farmers who actually need it, would be a just resolution, because I think it is unjust that it's this difficult for farmers to produce food and to grow the crops that they're just trying to make. And then, the company's just really strict. So, that is my discussion post.